guy.
You're right. Just wait and see.
Hi everybody, it's Sid from Cool Movie Gram, your source for everything about cool film. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new here, like the video, share, check out my other content, check me out on Instagram as well, and let me know of your thoughts. Yeah, well, we are continuing this month's theme, which is FU-BRUARY, of course, and this time around we're reviewing a Kung Fu movie, of course. I was going to leave it till September for Shortember, but of course, hey, you know, it's one of the most recent ones that I've acquired, so it's going to be Monkey Kung Fu. Yep, it's the 88 film's release. Yep, the film itself is from 1979. It's directed by Lo Ma. It stars Ching Siu-tung, which is Wei Chung, Hao Chiu-sing as Zhou, and Quan Feng in a negative role. Now, without further ado, let's just get into this. This film, of course, also released as Stroke of Death, which was either World Northall or maybe Warner Brothers, whoever had the rights back on VHS for the Western markets. That was the title that they had actually kind of like released it under, and the film itself stars Ching Siu-tung as Wei Chung, who's like a righteous man who is sent to prison for actually acting out his own form of justice against someone being wronged. And whilst he's in prison, he actually meets a one-eyed man who's actually due to be executed. But this man is incredible in Kung Fu. He gives him a keepsake and says, you have to go find the person with the other one. And the old man is executed. The young man himself, Wei Chung, is kind of tied to another prisoner named Zhou, played by Hao Chiu-sing, who They plot an escape with the law on the run, and also a gang leader played by Quan Feng, who's also after the same keepsake. But then things unravel and eventually leads them to finding out a new style of Kung Fu in order to fend off the bad guys. My thoughts on this film. I mean, I was familiar with, of course, Hao Chiu-sing and Quan Feng in Five Super Fighters. I believe that was also from the same director, which was the year before, and they had actually followed up with Monkey Kung Fu. And I remember watching this a long time ago. Maybe someone had put it up on the internet, or was it DVD? I can't remember. Many years ago I watched it, and yeah, upon revisiting it, it was a great film. I thought it was fun, it was enjoyable. Now, the plot itself is very basic. It's very linear, and there's not really too much going on, so it kind of like, it doesn't really overcomplicate things to get the audience kind of thinking what the hell's going on. But it's just peppered throughout a lot of great martial arts choreography, and Ching Siu-tung, aka Tony Ching Siu-tung, who kind of went on to become a really successful director and martial arts choreographer, you know, who's actually given us films as a director, his debut being the amazing Duel to the Death, and they're working on films like Chinese Ghost Story, Swordsman 2. Showed his talents. It's like more or less kind of like on the same kind of like kind of acrobatic ability that you would normally expect from like a Jackie Chan movie. Now, I mean, this is actually a very kind of like comedic Kung Fu movie. You see some familiar faces popping up, like, oh yeah, I remember seeing that guy in Drum Master, or I remember seeing that guy in such and such movie. You know, if you're familiar with the genre, you would see a lot of these kind of tropes. I mean, a lot of the comedy. There's some great kind of like physical comedy involved. Like, for example, one of the scenes where the character Wei Chung, played by Tony Ching Siu Tung, who has this kind of like very kind of playful side to him, very happy-go-lucky type, but at the same time very cocky and hot-headed. He ends up in a brothel, and he has this kind of like great kind of kung fu fight in the bed with a whore, and you know, that was actually captured pretty well, and you know, it was funny at the same time. And there's a lot of these little gags that kind of make it have this kind of, they bring a certain charm to the film. And of course, I mean, Con Vung, I mean, he's absolutely amazing bad guy. I mean, you know, especially, you know, the training sequences are pretty good in this, and you know, with Ching Siu Tung and Hao Chiu Sing, who train in like in this kind of almost lost secret kung fu style, which they eventually learn in order to kind of defeat the bad guy. But you know, you get to see a lot of great acrobatic ability, and you know, just the intricate moves. I mean, the use of weapons and such. It's just very kind of like it's very creative and very kind of like fluid kind of movement. And I mean, I would say, looking at this film, this was kind of like in the wake of Snake and Eagle Shadow and Drunken Master, which at that time, I mean, Seasonal Films being like a small independent studio in comparison to the titans that were Shaw Brothers and Golden Harvest at the time, you know, that kind of broke the mold, and you know, kung fu comedies became a thing. And you know, knowing that Jackie Chan had become a great huge star, and then Shaw Brothers had actually kind of made some of these films with like kind of like a comedic element to them, which a lot of the times, from what I've seen in a lot of the kung fu comedies from that era, that Shaw Brothers they did actually do work pretty well. We got to see a different side to like the usual kind of tales of like male chivalry and excessive like death that you would normally see, and you know, amazingly kind of like blood splattering death scenes that you are used to seeing in a usual Chang Cheh film, or even, for example, a lot of the kung fu choreography that you're used to seeing in a Lau Kar Leung movie. This just kind of had a different kind of feel to it, and I mean, he made his own comedies, but this one, it kind of kept it light. It's not very kind of like overtly violent, but the fights are aplenty, and there's a lot to kind of like to enjoy in this film. My rating for this film, I would say, I don't know, on repeat viewing, I would say maybe around that. I'll be generous. I'll give it about 3.5 out of 5. But you know, definitely, if you're a fan of the genre, you know, you will definitely enjoy this. And yeah, definitely, I would say check this out. In terms of Blu-ray itself, got this amazing slipcase edition, which is usually limited whenever 88 Films releases them. The artwork, amazing illustrations by the one and only Kung Fu Bob O'Brien. It just captures the mayhem, the fun, and the adventure that this film delivers. And as you can see, that's the back of this. And then when you open up the case, you could see that, yep, you got the same artwork on the actual cover for the disc, and yep, the artwork on the disc itself is also Kung Fu Bob's work. But then on the inside, reversible slipcover, yep, here we go, with the original poster artwork, which was by the Shaw Brothers themselves, which is also pretty cool too. We get with it, we get a poster. Yep, as you can see there, it's Monkey Kung Fu, all by Kung Fu Bob O'Brien. Amazing work again. He just knocks it out of the park all the time. And then also on the other side, I love it when they do this. They've got the original theatrical release posters for this, you know, with the Shaw Brothers logo. You've got this booklet. Now, yeah, again, I think that's Kung Fu Bob's work. And also, yeah, you got an image at the back of it of the scene from the brothel, which was actually pretty fun. Yeah, and in terms of the specs of this actual disc, again, the picture quality is great, as being the fact that it's a Shaw Brothers film, and also 88 Films put it out. Now, I mean, Shaw Brothers films have never really been too difficult in terms of restoration, because they're always kept and preserved with such great quality, and they always look good. So whether it's Arrow or 88 Films who are putting these films out, they always look good. And even when they've been put on DVD, they were still looking great too. And yep, now let's just have a look at the special features. Okay, as you can see, everything else that I've just gone through. Yeah, you've got a booklet with a great kind of essay by Andrew Graves on this film, and like its cast and the crew involved. Very interesting. The HD remaster from the original 35mm negatives in 2.2 to 2.35 to 1 aspect ratio, really good. English mono, so it comes with the classic dub. You've got Cantonese LPCM mono 2.0 with newly translated English subtitles. You got audio commentary by Kenneth Brawson and Phil Gillen, great guys from the Podcast on Fire network. Very fun commentary, and stunting around an interview with choreographer Tony Leung Siu Hung, who with both Ching Siu Tung and Ho Cheo Sing had actually choreographed the fights. And he kind of goes through his time at how he kind of like got into Shaw Brothers and his career and whatnot. And it's quite an interesting interview. You got the original trailer. You got reversible sleeve with, of course, as I've just already gone through, and that amazing poster. So you know, it was actually overall is pretty good. But the fact is that there could have been some more maybe bonus features. It would have been great, but overall still a great package. And even just the quality of the film, that it just looks amazing in HD as always, as you can expect from 88. And yeah, and this, you know, this is a cool slipcase. I would say overall my review for this disc is, I'd say 4 out of 5. Definitely, I would say a great purchase. Right, that was my second FU-BRUARY video. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this film, if you've seen it or if you own this this Blu-ray that was released. I mean, what you liked about it, and you know, whether this is actually like an unsung classic from the genre itself. Let me know your thoughts, and of course, do subscribe, check me out, and I'll see you on the next one.